Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the Nobel Peace Prize for 2019 to Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for his efforts to achieve peace and international cooperation, and in particular for his decisive initiative to resolve the border conflict with neighboring Eritrea.
Well, CGTN's Laura Walubengo takes us through Abiy Ahmed's peace milestones.
Between May 1998 and June 2000, Ethiopia and Eritrea fought a bitter border war, a war that killed over 70,000 people, wounded and displaced even more. A peace deal that was signed in the year 2000 failed to hold, and for almost 20 years, these two nations were technically at war. But in 2018, then newly appointed Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed made an historic arrival into Asmara, the Eritrean capital. A meeting between him and Eritrean President Isaias Afewerki still remains as Abiy Ahmed's biggest moment in his short stint as Prime Minister.
When there is peace between the Ethiopian and Eritrean people, the Horn of Africa region will become a region of peace and development.
Abiy Ahmed and reforms seem to be the two names that create a rhyme of sorts in Ethiopia and the Horn of Africa region.
The situation between the two countries ran into a deadlock, so it needed that courage somehow to change the situation, and that's really what happened. And credit goes to the Prime Minister for doing that.
The Prime Minister has also overseen reforms in his nation, which have seen a woman rise to the presidency. Political prisoners have also been released and a ban on political groups lifted. In Ethiopia, Abiy is immensely popular with the youth thanks to his government's creation of freedom of expression.
He has released people who have been forgotten in prisons for ages, absolutely forgotten. This is a major deed for any good Ethiopian. I am an Ethiopian born and raised here, but I have never seen a leader like him in our country in my entire life.
Abiy also played a big role in easing tensions that followed the ouster of President Omar al-Bashir in Sudan. But the reliance on his charisma as opposed to building institutions could be playing against him in some way.
A year ago, there was nothing else but this kind of relying on these charismatic political resources, because there was ideological crisis and the ruling party was deeply divided, so he could not really rely on the party structure. So in that sense, a charismatic personal rule had its own pacifying role, but I think we have reached a level where this is no longer fit for the purpose. There must be some kind of concrete policies which deal with the structural problems and challenges.
Abiy has survived an assassination attempt, a coup attempt in Amhara state, and rising tensions in various states that have been calling for more representation. Laura Walubengo, CGTN.